What's up, everyone? Grow Team 2K17 here. We are 3 weeks into our internship in Uganda, so we're officially halfway done. It went by extremely fast, but we still have 3 weeks left to go, so 3 weeks of a lot of good work and hard work that we're excited for. But we just wanted to give you all a quick update on what the past 2 weeks have been since our last vlog.
Just to give you guys an overview of what a typical week looks like, on Mondays and Fridays we teach WASH to P4, P5, and P6. WASH stands for Water Access, Sanitation, and Hygiene. And then Wednesdays, Ryan and I teach the boys, and Sanj teaches the girls, and we teach them about like reproductive health. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go on outreaches, which is basically where we go to like a village where Mpoma has a water source, and we survey the community about the water source and their like sanitation and hygiene practices.
Yeah, so on our outreaches, we typically get like 25 surveys from village members about the Mpoma water source that GlowMed funds, to see if people are using it properly, to see if there are issues with it that need to be fixed. We survey them about their like personal hygiene and sanitation practices as well, because Mpoma trains the village members on personal hygiene and sanitation practices. So we see if they're practicing those things.
Yeah, and so kind of how those are set up is Dennis and Kenneth are fearless boda drivers. Bodas are just like little motorcycles that we drive on to go to our outreaches. They're pretty fun. And so we split into 3 teams. Dom's usually with Betty, I'm usually with Peter, and Dennis, and then Sanj always has like a large crowd. She's normally with like Mama Frida, Kenneth, 1 or 2 interns that like other interns that Mpoma has sometimes. But yeah, so that's kind of how in outreaches we just all break out and go to different homes or things like that. So it's kind of cool because you get to like talk with the individuals who use the water source that GlowMed helped funded and set up. So it's pretty cool to see the boreholes like in actual existence, which is pretty cool.
And a lot of these villages didn't used to have any type of like borehole water source. A lot of them used to use like streams that were obviously like contaminated and weren't safe to drink from. So the fact that they have like a borehole, and the fact that like GlowMed worked to like fundraise for it is really cool to see it like in action.
One of the things that has plagued, or I guess made some of our outreaches more interesting, is rain. It downpours on like at least over half of our outreaches so far, and it's caused them to drag out a bit longer than they have to be and make getting back to Lakojo a bit interesting, going through the mud.
But so in total for our outreaches, we're going to go visit 10 different villages throughout the summer and see how well our project is going. So that's our main mission as to why we're interning over here.
And then at the end of the 6 weeks and the 10 outreaches, we're going to have a biannual meeting in which all of the water user committees will come together to like learn about the results of the outreaches, as well as like learn about other themes regarding water access, sanitation, and hygiene that Mpoma chooses to present on.
So another main component of our internship here, like was said before, was teaching at Johnson Nkosi, which is Mpoma's model primary school. And so, or at least for me, or I think for all of us, like teaching is something kind of new. So we're kind of like shaky on it at first, but it's been really fun. I teach P4, Sanj teaches P5, and Dom teaches P6. And it's just like really fun because the kids are really interested to learn. So it takes a long time to kind of figure out like what you're going to teach and how you're going to teach it and how to make it engaging so that they don't fall asleep.
Yeah, 40 minutes seems like a really short time, but sometimes coming up with a lesson plan that can fill up like 40 minutes of class time can be kind of a struggle, because you just kind of get through the material really quickly, especially when the kids know it really well and like they're really interested. So you don't have to like spend any time like getting them in order or anything, so the lessons fly by.
And like I feel like we learned a lot too, like creating our lesson plans. Like waterborne diseases. We know so much more about them now. Lars, yeah.
4 days a week, we also teach PE to all the grade levels. So we get up at 7 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So I think we're kind of used to it now, but it's fun getting a little active with the kids. They already have so much energy so early in the morning, so we kind of let them roam free. But that's kind of fun just to get outside. Yeah.
Okay. So teaching PE is just kind of like our like little side thing. Like it's just kind of for fun, but it's cool because we get to know all the kids like across all the grade levels because we only teach 3 grade levels. So with PE, we get to know all of the kids, and they're super excited and like they have so much fun. So it's fun for us, even though it's at 7:30 a.m.
Another thing we do is 9 a.m. on Thursdays. We either do beads or gardening. So the first 2 weeks we did beads, and so we work with like P5, P6 kids, and they teach us like how to make these bracelets out of beads.
So all the bracelets that are made, the school sells to basically just make some extra money for the school and for the students to provide for them. So it's a little like side revenue source.
Yeah, so some of the students who are really good at making the bracelets do the bracelets, and then the other students do gardening at the school's like land where they grow toke, they grow
Groundnuts,
like corn.
But it's like the specific corn that you pop to make popcorn. It's really good.
Yeah, they grow like all kinds of things that they use for like the food at the school, and so the kids maintain it at the garden. Yeah. So that's pretty cool to see like all the different programs that the kids are involved in. Even though they work so hard in school, they also know how to do like all these other things like gardening and bead making. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So in addition to us working hard throughout the week and doing internships, we try to make it a point to have some downtime, have some fun, particularly on the weekends. So 2 weekends ago, we went to Jinja, which is a town about an hour and a half away from Mikono, where we're like right outside of, and we went whitewater rafting and bungee jumping on the Nile River. But yeah, only Dom and I bungee jumped.
I took the videos.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Sandra, we wouldn't have cool bungee jump videos.
That's true. Everyone has a role.
I took one for the team, basically.
Yeah, but we met up with the USC Grow team because they have a glow med doctor at USC, and we went water rafting and bungee jumping with them too. So it was really fun.
Yeah, it was super exciting, and like the rafting was like pretty crazy. We flipped a couple times, but it was super fun, and we are definitely not legally allowed to do that in America, so it was cool.
I think Sanj had the most fun.
She decided
I flipped a couple times extra.
She refused to hold on to the boat as we were going into a rapid, so she kind of just popped
to
out.
increase the amount of fun.
I just love the Nile.
That next day was Dom's 20th birthday, so we celebrated a little bit for that. And then we bungee jumped on his 20th birthday, which is kind of cool. So that was like, the platform was 44 meters above the Nile, and you kind of just like jump off. Yeah.
It's horrifying, but you just gotta do it. And it was a great experience. Like, you fall super fast, but never felt a rush like that before.
On the 4th of July, we met up with people who actually work for the Peace Corps, who work for the clinic that is really close to where we stay. And we got this dish called chicken in a basket, which was really yummy. And they brought fireworks, so we did a couple of fireworks. And that was super fun and patriotic.
So this weekend, we decided to head out to Mabira Forest to go zip lining. It was a lot of fun. There was like 6 lines, so it was like really worth it for our money. And then right as we ended,
so that's very important.
That's important. I'm cheap. right as we were finishing zip lining, it just started to pour, of course, like it always does on us. And we had already paid for a nature walk, which was it was like pretty cheap. So, but like we were hoping maybe we could get our money back because it was pouring, but they said we couldn't, so we just decided to go on the nature walk anyways. We decided to go on the nature walk anyways, and it was actually pretty cool. We were completely drenched. The guide probably hated us, but it was like a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun. Ryan fell in a pile of leaves, and he thought he fell off a cliff.
Also, Sanj fell in a gutter the day before, and I stepped in
Yeah.
camel poop.
Yeah, I've all had kind of questionable experiences here, but
Could be worse.
Yeah.
it literally could be worse. So, yeah, and then after we went ziplining in our drenched nature walk, we made our way to Kampala, just kind of get away from Makono and just relax and enjoy ourselves. And so that was the first time we had non-Ugandan food.
And then if you're wondering just like how we get around here usually, so basically there's like two main ways of transport, which is like either a boda, which is like a motorcycle basically, or like a small type of motorcycle, and matatu, which is a taxi that is supposed to hold 14, but usually there's like, I don't know, like 18 people in there, so it can get very squished in there, but that's usually how we get around, and it's super cheap, so it's convenient.
Yeah, it's really cheap, but you just like lose all sense of personal space. You just like smell everyone's body odor. And like there was one time I literally like had to sit like over Dom because there's no space. And Dom and I usually like can't even fit. Like our heads just like touch the roof, so we have to like crouch down.
Future plans. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be working on building a website for the school. This is to help them get like a little bit more exposure. Also, another thing we had our like partner professor, Dr. Pierce, look at is a sanitary pad questionnaire to assess kind of the performance of that side project.
Yeah, because basically the sanitary pad project that we've been working on, or that the last year's Grow Team started, it's been active for like a year now. So we want to assess how well it's working for the girls and if it's benefiting them, and like what changes we need to make to improve it and make it more sustainable and efficient.
Thank you guys for watching our second vlog. I hope you guys got a better look at what we've been doing these past couple weeks, and we'll try to post another vlog in the next couple weeks to keep you guys updated. We'll see you next time.
Bye.